Oh.
Are we on?
Yes, we are, and I need to pop over.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Hi, welcome to Coffee Break. This is a show where we play video games and normally drink coffee, but neither of us have a seminar tonight, so there's no need to drink coffee at 3 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Except
but
for just sort of
seminar.
Yeah. This month we're playing platformers because it's September. It's back to school month, and we're all jumping through our various hoops. And today we're playing a game called Dustforce. And I picked this because it's sort of in the spirit of the first day of fall. Mm-hmm. You play as a little guy, or a gal, I think, with a broom. And some of the things you sweep up are leaves. And that seemed appropriate.
It's the worst when you think you're about to step on a crunchy leaf and it doesn't crunch.
Yeah, it's soggy and wet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I've played this years ago, and I really, really enjoyed it. But it's been a minute.
I love the movement so much on this. I said this when you were doing the tutorial, but holy shit, do I
love
it.
Okay. So there's two females and an old guy. The old guy actually has a vacuum cleaner, which is pretty fun. But to my knowledge, there's really no difference. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. Here's some leaves. There's no difference between the people. It's just sort of aesthetic.
Mm. So the more leaves you rustle up.
Whoops. Yeah, so at the end I'm going to get 2 scores. One for style and one for completion. Style is basically speed.
Now that's interesting because that sort of stuff, like that little, you go straight in from the smack into the slide, that's quite stylistic, and that move especially.
I'm gonna try this again. I didn't do very well. Oh, I did well enough to get perfect.
There you go.
I didn't feel very good about it, but I do like you can. I think Eric would find this game interesting because it keeps track of scores, and you can just watch your replay.
Were you around, or did you watch the Devil Daggers?
I watched it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It had the same sort of thing, right? Like you could see.
We were just talking about how it's like, it's almost uncultural, but it actually is because it's ranking you and evaluating you based on a certain set of values.
I really love the soundtrack a lot. I think I've mentioned that to you already. It's really good study music. And I play it for my students sometimes, like in writing classes when they're writing, and I think they all think I'm a friggin' weirdo, but...
It's okay, I do lo-fi hip-hop in my classes.
So that's my special move that I've built up. Oh, no!
If I'm that good at climbing walls, I want to be a street sweeper, too.
Dang, man.
Can you imagine being that athletic?
Oh, I was doing so well, and then I just gummed it up. Special move.
Nice.
Which I could have done down there to just take out the whole thing, but I'm not really sure. Well, I bet it's an S and an A. 2 S's. They're being very easy on me. So yeah, see, it took me 44 seconds, almost 45. It took that guy a little over 17. I'm very not good.
Do you want to try speedrunning?
No, not yet. I mean, maybe eventually. I got to get warmed up again. It's been a long time since I've played. I do.
So do you think that cool. that leaderboard
Oops, that's no good.
What makes a game speedrunnable?
I don't know. All right. I don't think
you're the game scholar, right? You need to know everything.
What makes a game speed runnable?
Yeah. Because, I wouldn't think of, Legend of Zelda being an exceptionally speed-runnable game.
Oh, but it is.
But I know, cause especially because of so many just these, esoteric bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe, I don't know. I think maybe just, is there an audience that wants to do it,
Yeah.
Any game can be a speed-running game if enough people are into it. I would imagine that it has to do a lot with a game like this where sort of... Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. A term Dave used in another episode was skill expression, right? And I think the skill expression in this game is obviously being able to do things quickly. Maybe not sort of in an acceleration type of quickly, but like in a smooth type of quickly. You hit everything in the first try. Mm-hmm. You don't do that kind of shit. There's no wasted movements. Alright, I gotta figure out how to do this now. So, I can dash, I can double jump, but I can't do both in the air at the same time.
Forgive me.
Oh no. There we go. So, I don't think I'd ever consider myself masterful at this game, but I used to be much, much better.
Who's that guy?
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
Sorry that I'm a minute late.
Or 10.
Or
I
6.
this in paper, but sorry, go ahead. What are you guys talking about?
We're actually talking about speedrunning a little bit.
Oh, neat. Is this a speedrun game?
It is.
Now, is it speed? Like, the other thing is, like, stuff like Mario, stuff like Legend of Zelda, that's an entire game. These are levels.
Right.
So, right
Oh,
now...
that's interesting, yeah.
Is there a speed run for the entire game, or are we just saying I'm the best at level 2?
Yeah, well, it's certainly by levels, as we saw, and as we will see again.
I think a lot of games can be done like either in level or in terms of I think early game days of speedrunning were all about levels. Like you look at classic 90s titles like Doom and Quake and stuff like that. It's all about the level because it's kind of like this, because those games would have like a little timer, and so I think that's where speedrunning initially got picked up. It was not because like you could, because most games you can't time your full run, right? But if you could time a single level, then it's like who can do the level the fastest. I remember even when I was a kid, my dad loved Doom, and he'd have like Doom parties at his house.
Nice.
And like
that was good.
Yeah.
I am not playing right now.
Oh, this is the speedrun.
This is the speedrun. oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get him. Oh, he missed some. Oh no, he hit it. How?
That's so cool. I love that.
So okay, I've never seen this game, so I'm assuming you have to clean up all the leaves, right?
That's the completion. Finesse is essentially time.
Okay.
Which, like, if you fuck up a lot.
You already got an A on time, so you're
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Hey.
I'm gonna buy you guys clocks. No, I'm just kidding, Dave. You teach, right?
Yeah, I do teach. I actually let my students out early today.
Oh.
So I could be here.
Awesome.
Because I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, man.
Also, this game looks so cool.
It's a lot of fun. Oops. I'm not terribly good at it anymore, but, it's alright.
So you just have to walk over them to clean them, or do you have to use a command?
No, just walking over.
And when you kill an enemy, they leave more stuff behind.
If I have to use my strong attack, it will knock leaves off of them. But it kills them in one hit.
Okay. So do you have just a strong and a weak, or...?
Yep.
Okay. Kind of like it takes that from the fighting game genre a little bit, I suppose.
See, that was pretty
how are you
stupid.
going to clean that up?
Well, a lot of side-scrolling beat 'em ups and platformers like this. Castlevania, I think in particular, had multiple styles of attack.
Yeah.
And
I made a
Metroid.
mistake there.
Yeah.
So
I guess you're pretty good. I think A's and those are good grades, right? A's and B's.
Well, S is like the best. So A is kind of a B.
Not in my house.
I'm gonna retry that.
You can do better. I believe in you, Ryan.
And I don't know. Actually, I don't know if hitting the bad guys to make more leaves gives me more points for having cleaned up more leaves, or even really works against me, because that seems kind of bogus.
Yeah, I don't know.
This seems like a really pure way of getting someone into that what you're talking about, speedrunning, because it's so clear just from even this that you could of how a player could like try to optimize to like their run, right?
No, totally.
And the fact that you just went back and played it a second time to improve what you were doing, having done it once.
Yep.
But Ryan, you gotta get down to 11 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, that's really fast. I thought you did it quick.
I'm not using my
dash
nearly as much as I should.
Okay.
You done?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Let's see if we got any chat. No.
Nope.
Of course
I was
not.
keeping an eye on that.
It's
Not in the past 2
really,
minutes, but
sorry.
sorry.
It's a really nice touch that when you walk over, like there's a different animation. Like when you walk over leaves, there's a different animation. That's just like a really nice touch. It looks clean.
I love the pixel art in this game is particularly, or the. I mean, I'm not even sure is this really. It is pixel art, but is it? Like not necessarily evoking a specific 8-bit or 16-bit style, but.
It looks like a Flash game to me.
Yeah.
I was thinking almost like Paper Mario-ish, but...
Yeah, it could definitely have that aesthetic.
It's kind of like that game you referenced like a week or two ago, N, Ryan?
Mm-hmm. See, I think play style is maybe a little like N, but graphics-wise... Like, graphics to me is like 8-bit. I mean, N was like great 8-bit.
Oh, yeah. N is... yeah.
Maybe even 4-bit,
what's
you know?
N plus, where, like, that one was, like, hand-drawn looking. Oh. That's the one I'm, remembering.
Maybe.
But maybe it's just that it's not, like, the visual aesthetic from, like, a moment, but it's maybe the way the character moves that reminds me of N.
I love the flyy ones.
Like, that...
Nice.
Like, because, like, Mario, right? Mario just has, like... And, like, he just, like, switches, like, really quickly between, like, two different things, where this is, like, a full animation on the jump, right? And when you hit the slide, like, it looks real smooth.
I got a key.
Nice job.
And so is this, like, an overworld here?
Yeah, they call this the Nexus.
Okay.
Interesting.
Did I do that one already?
And so you can go in kind of Mario 64 in the castle style.
Right.
Whatever, like, course you want to do. And there are multiple characters?
Multiple characters, just skins, though, as far as I can tell.
There's no play difference?
Nah.
Do they have... Even if there isn't a play difference, are they all wielding brooms, or do some have, like, a different style?
The old man actually has a vacuum cleaner.
That's cool.
But, you know, like, you still have to run over
stuff.
stuff.
Have a push broom? Because, like, that's
oh,
my
yeah, I
favorite
think
thing.
maybe.
Utensil.
Get out of here.
So if you use the strong attack and there's nothing behind the enemy, the leaves will just go up in the air.
Right. Shit.
Has anyone modded this game so that the trash is something other than leaves?
The later levels.
Oh, it's different?
It's different. It becomes trash and, like, dirt and stuff.
So it's got an interesting, like, environmental, like a specifically
A little bit.
bed.
Yeah. Yeah, you also, like, the levels will change, too, so you're not, like, in sort of pastoral forests anymore.
Do you feel like the, like, greater intensity and greater sort of uncleanliness of the trash coincides with the change in setting? So, like, you get... Does it become more, like, corrupted or polluted or urban as more kinds of trash develop?
Urban sort of in a cartoony way, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're in more interior... suck that up. More interior locations. Damn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so those signposts are like checkpoints.
Oh, are they?
I think so, because you ran by it and you respawned at it. Maybe not. Maybe that was just a place for the checkpoint, but... Nice.
Sorta.
So, and whenever another thing to note is whenever it's like kind of subtle, but whenever you kill those the enemies, like it's like the trash was holding an animal within it, and then the animal
it's a little
was, like,
Sonic-like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're freeing the flickies.
And then he falls into the pit of stones.
So many spikes.
Oh.
So I think also, like, I get a double jump, but I think when I hit this guy, if I can hit this guy again, it gives me another double jump.
Okay. That's pretty common to get, like, a reset on a jump or something on an attack or
I totally hit that thing.
a wall hit or anything like that.
No, I still can't see the thing that you're hitting.
So So that guy right there, he's swinging at it, but you're swinging. It's
Swinging
like
a miss.
you're swinging over it.
That sucked. Killing me here.
Quite literally.
Killing me, Smalls. Cute little fox.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to hit my light attack. That's probably the issue. Oh, but that doesn't kill them.
Can you hit like 2 of those?
Shit.
And then you start to overthink it, and it becomes harder to do the parts of the jump you've already done well. Hey,
you
nice
did it.
job.
It looks like you had to like.
Ah, dirty. Whatever. Let's stay in there. I've already missed some anyway.
Okay. I like the flow of like.
Look
You
at that
know,
bear.
There's an expected like going from one surface to the next, like from surface to enemy. It's very Celeste in that way.
I don't know. This is like Hitbox Games or something like that. I don't know what else they've done.
I'll look it up.
Can we see the? Oh, never mind.
Oh, actually, I wanted to try that again.
And can we see the speed run?
What is
when
she?
you're done?
Oh, yeah,
what
sure.
cleaning utensil is this?
I think. She has little dusters.
Oh,
That
man.
is really cute.
I don't think I've ever been here before.
It's like little pom poms.
Oh,
Oh man,
That was a great recovery. Almost.
I was very proud of you though.
Whatever. We'll leave it. I'm not gonna get a completion anyway.
Hitbox games, right?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! You just look up Hitbox games.
Damn.
And it's like telling you all about what hitboxes are in games.
Oh shit.
So they
I don't know if it's Hitbox Games, but it's like Hitbox something.
Hitbox Team, I think.
Team.
They've
Team
developed
Hitbox.
Spire, and they're doing.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Spire's the other major game that I think that they work on projects. So they're developing an engine. A game called Engine, a prototype made during Double Fine's Amnesia Fortnite Game Jam.
Oh, cool.
Spire, Dustforce, and they're developing a volumetric lighting system that is like a separate thing that's going to be used in their Spire game, but is also like on its own.
So
We
good
have
news,
a new
bad
follower.
news. There
Thank
for me.
you, Enigma_Evolve.
Hi, Enigma.
Thanks.
I thought for a moment I knew what your I knew what your handle meant, but it's still a mystery.
God damn it.
Stay with us. I'm sorry. I'll stop that.
Don't run away.
He won't stop it.
Hooray! All right, I did.
Is there
better
a
that
difference
time, but
between
not great.
the characters? I'm just curious.
I don't think so.
Because they're like, you were going... It just seemed like you were like a little faster on the swing of the light attacks with her, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't think so, but it does seem like there would be a difference in reach anyway. So maybe she's a little faster. Maybe she's a little faster there. But then again, the reach, like, is sort of the, you know, like you see the...
Yeah, like, I feel like when
the
you were
swing
playing the second lady, that your, like, strong attack went further.
Huh. Maybe.
Like, but it was also not as wide, or tall. It was, like, more like this.
Let's be Gramps this time. Or Luigi. Okay, so now we have sort of...
Oh,
it's
man.
more the dust.
This guy sucks.
That's why you need a vac. Why does he suck?
Because he's Luigi?
He has a vacuum.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Luigi with the vacuum.
No, because vacuums...
I get it. Kelly is so funny.
I'm hysterical.
Happy
here.
birthday.
Oh yeah, it's Kelly's birthday
It
to
was
yesterday?
Yesterday.
It was Dave's birthday the day before that.
Brought you
Yep.
some cake.
I love that you brought the cake because I saw the picture of the cake after
Ryan's
I left
birthday
your
is
house.
this month too.
Yep.
My
Really?
birthday is next month, so it's like all fall babies right here.
Yup.
That's pretty good though. First try.
Not bad, yeah. Let's see, do I have a bronze key?
Can you make him like run? I'm interested to see. Because all the others had the little like dashy movement things, and he doesn't quite have that like trail, animation trail.
The like ghost forms
Yeah.
following him as he dashes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to my boy. Blue
Also,
guy.
like, the different types of brooms, so like the vacuum cleaner, the big broom, the like dust things, all are reminiscent of typical weapons you might have on different characters in a game like this. You know, like a Ninja Turtle style, a bow staff, a sword, like dual size, or whatever. Like, so I think there's something interesting to be said for that too.
That's neat.
A bridge that vanishes. That's pretty cool.
So we're seeing some new gameplay mechanics arrive.
I don't know how it feels when you play Ryan, but like, it feels a lot more satisfying when you're able to go fast, but when you're just kind of like chugging along slow, like this part right here, I'm just like,
yeah, I definitely feel it. Like I start pressing the buttons harder. Go faster. Gotta go fast.
Yeah, that thing.
It's like.
Well, that's because I've built up my meter.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It seems to me like it's like a little sluggish when you don't have that meter, like almost a little too sluggish.
Well, that probably is exactly what is encouraging the kind of speedrunning mentality. That, like, you need to execute things like perfectly.
Get up there now.
Yeah, this is tricky. Goodbye.
Oh no!
You're gonna have to figure it out.
I need like an extra jump there.
Maybe you can get. There you go.
Nice.
So, you couldn't take any of the hits from the thorns, but it looks like you can take hits from the enemies and still keep going.
Well,
there are certain enemies, usually at the end, that will attack me.
Oh, these enemies aren't attacking. I thought
it doesn't
they
look
were
like they attack me.
enemies.
Maybe they have like an attack animation, but I think just sort of their neutral state doesn't attack me.
We must keep the books clean lest they come to life and destroy us.
Yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, clearly an attack. Shit. I want to lure him over there so I can...
Opposite of what you're...
I'm not going to get that. Get over there.
I have faith in you.
Over here. Come over here.
Nice. Ah.
I think he can get that one with a quick double jump. Strong attack, maybe? Yes. Pretty good music.
Up on, yeah, I've probably said 3 times already. I really dig this soundtrack.
Well, and I think it's become kind of a staple of this genre. Like...
To have good music or to have the style of music?
To have sort of this style, to use a combination of sort of ambient, synthetic, synth music that kind of feels... that helps to create and sustain that sense of flow of play.
Mm.
I mean, I use Celeste as my like point of view game for this a lot, and like its soundtrack is so incredibly important to it as a game. Also, like Ori and the Blind Forest. So, I don't know.
That Bit Trip Runner influence.
Yeah, I think there might be something to that, or VVVVV.
Yeah.
I was thinking on the way here, like, there's so many visual aspects and elements to games, and
Wait, why didn't you clean that?
A game that people without vision, like how would an entirely Sonic game look, or how would it look?
Yeah.
What elements would we have? And
be Guitar Hero. No, I'm just kidding.
It can't even be that, because
I know.
Yeah,
you could be singer on Guitar Hero, but that's about it.
Oh. Well, and all of the feedback that you use in Guitar Hero is so
I don't know why I didn't do that earlier.
visual.
Wait, is that like?
Well, no, you get the little like that.
Yeah, when I get my meter filled up, I can get both of my attack buttons at the same time.
So actually, I was talking a little bit about that in class today.
Which bit? The Guitar Hero?
Like visual
like
classes.
AURAL.
Yeah.
We talked about I watched a speedrunner do a speedrun of Castlevania Symphony of the Night blindfolded once.
Wow.
Jesus.
Which was basically a combination of memorization of maneuvers and rooms, memorization of menuing order, and sound feedback to be able to tell him that he had executed things correctly. Because people weren't allowed to say, like, oh, you're in the right place. And he only got stuck one time and, like, knew how to, like, get back out to fix that.
Wow.
So the idea of like, the problem is that doesn't address your question of accessibility, Kelly, because he obviously had to be able to see the game.
Yeah, to memorize it.
Yeah. But I do think that we overestimate the necessity. This is going to sound pretentious, but we overestimate the necessity for visuals in video games. And I think that more could be done purely sonically than we already do.
Like I was thinking about like just purely audio cues, and it doesn't even tell you what buttons there are because you.
That's cool.
Nice.
I just wish that you had been able to get all of it.
Where you learn like which button you have to press when this certain sound happens.
Yeah.
And you'll hear it, like the "you died" sound. If you don't do it right, that's how you would learn what button to press when a certain audio cue happens.
A particular genre of game that I have seen blind people play with to a varying degree of success are actually fighting games. Because fighting games typically will have audio cues, and it's funny, the human body has a faster response time to audio cues than to visual ones. Because our brain, our eyes see everything upside down, so our brains have to translate things. So
which creates input lag.
It creates an input lag. Where we are computers, I think. But anyways.
Can I upgrade my graphics card?
Anyway, so like there was a blind player, for instance, who beat the creator of Mortal Kombat in Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
Nice.
And so, yeah, it just depends on. I guess the experience is a lot different, but like it'd be hard to play like Mortal Kombat, for instance. Nice. That was perfect. That's got to be an SS, right?
Surely.
That's a really good run.
Hey, good job.
Only 30 seconds slower than the best people here.
Can we see the best people?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I don't think I did that last time.
And always the best. He
Right,
did
so
it
who
with
plays the old
Luigi.
man? Whoa. Okay, so this guy has like a blast attack that he can do because he's not like flipping up through there. He's just like blasting those and jumping.
And then he's like maintaining momentum.
Well, but I don't think it's. I think it is only. He missed some.
But he's probably gonna get it as he falls back down toward the exit.
Or maybe when he did the special.
Or you don't need to get it all to get an S.
No, I think you do need to get it all to get an S.
So, we'll see what Fishy did. He was only 0.2 seconds lower. He also used this guy, but
maybe the vacuum cleaner allows for that kind of pushback.
Maybe so.
You should check if a let's play or like a replay from another character, because they have what character they use listed on the thing.
All right.
Yeah, he ignored that
it
bit
must
too.
be that when he ults there, alt for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
It must hit the dust down below.
Well,
too.
yeah, maybe.
So, JPEG Mafia type would use the blue guy.
All right, so this should be different.
Blue guy.
No.
Yeah. See, I think it's.
Yeah,
there might not be a
maybe their
difference
kid is,
between
but
the
well, he did that whole flip instead of blasting up on that one the way the other guys did.
Maybe that's why he's slower.
Yeah.
That's a good point, and he bothers to get that, but then doesn't get the flat part, which then gets interesting.
Optimization or lack.
Oh, he landed on it though. He absolutely got everything.
Okay,
we have to
so
assume everyone else did too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Cool.
I guess.
I mean, we say slower. He's only like 0.6 of a second slower.
In the world of Super Mario Maker and Into the Dust, I actually don't know the name of this game.
Oh, there I am.
Dustforce.
4,081.
0.6 seconds is all the difference.
Everything's in context. There's a great Doctor Who quote.
Oh, yeah.
Murders? Is for a lot. Dollars, no. Murders, yes. Everything's in context.
Yeah.
So if you're competing for the top space on here, 0.6 seconds is probably a lot. If you're in 4,800th place,
Yep.
0.6 seconds makes
Wow.
This
I'm
runs
sorry.
dead.
I throw a lot of shit for someone who doesn't go on the controller, but
damn.
that was
bad.
I'm sorry that happened.
Well, see, you messed me up
You
because I was in
deserve
my
better.
zone, and then we had to watch other people play.
Yeah, you did really well the last time you had full control, and then
Oh my
we
God.
forced you to take a break.
Where's? I want to jump off something. Hit me.
Can't you just hit start, retry?
My start button isn't mapped.
This presents a problem. To return just for a second to those old games from the 90s that I was talking about earlier, which had a similar system of like just the level and the timer, those games would typically not have like the decimal places for the second marker. Like if you think about like GoldenEye 007, that game, it just reduces to the second. So 21.9 seconds is the same as 21, right? And so that meant that like any records have to be made like a whole second better than the previous one. So a whole second is like a huge deal in any of those old kind of shooter games.
Yeah.
So the idea of context, yeah, really does matter.
Get him.
It'd be swell if I could land on that though. Damn, thought I was gonna get that one. I will say that the controls aren't terribly, maybe not responsive, but like precise.
They feel a little squishy.
I don't know about squishy.
If
Just
you wanna
like,
talk about, I mean, you just played that drunk physics thing.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that was a squishy control scheme.
Maybe that should be a theme, like Octodad, Chocobo Racing.
We'll do it on drunk couch surfing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There's a word for it, at least not that professionals might use, but that I've heard people use before in regards to like games and their control schemes and like fuzzy maybe.
I also really enjoy
slippery, loose,
the way that the moon is overlaid.
Little parallax.
Yeah, that parallaxing. I think that
Nice double.
doing
some
some
S's?
background parallaxing and
I'll take double
pretty
A.
good.
Yep.
How are we doing on time? Oh
Let's
yeah,
do
it
like
like
half time.
Halftime.
I know you're not used to me being here so early, and you're just like, "What? Dave's here. We must be done already."
Dave?
Just forget Dave.
I literally gasped and was so happy when I saw that arm over there. I mean, we're going to have to readjust it because that's exactly where Corey sits for D&DMs.
Yeah, we can.
But
Oh, Dave, I brought you something. I think it's over there on the
I
table.
saw that. I'm so excited.
Oh, Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I have a box copy of the core game, and so this is the core, another box for the core, and then
The
expansion.
PC, or is it like a tabletop?
It's
No,
the
it's
PC
PC.
version. The PC version of the Baldur's Gate 2 and its expansion.
nice.
I'm donating my Baldur's Gate 2 to the lab, and it's behind Eric.
Soundproofing too.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff we can try. And I have a bunch of stuff down in my office I'm going to go get when we're done.
Woo!
I donated a Xbox 360 controller that looks broken, but isn't.
Does anybody know it isn't broken even
Yeah,
though it
I
looks
think
broken?
so. Nice! Ah, darn, you didn't get those guys up there.
Damn, how do I get
What
those
is with
guys?
that big old dust cloud? Who last cleaned this place?
That's
Alright,
my
all I'm gonna
computer.
say is I recently we got a new bed, and I recently cleaned it. Took apart the old bed, right, to make room
Yep.
for the new frame, rather.
Right.
And it was
Sure.
very, very dusty. So maybe someone was just sleeping over here for a while.
Long
Right, that's
time.
where dust comes from. It's just our
Yeah.
dirty, dirty cells.
Humans.
Jerk. You jerk!
It's interesting that in the early levels, the dust was holding cute little furry critters, and now it's holding statues of gargoyles. So this is sentient dust. Is there a narrative to this game where trash has oh man, it sucks that you did
It's come
Oh.
to life.
Damn.
Yeah, trash has come to life.
I don't know. I don't think there's much narrative now.
It seems very performance focused.
It's a very excuse me if you made this at the beginning of the stream. It's kind of like Super Mario Sunshine.
I didn't say that. But
We
yeah, it
compared
kind
it
of
to a
is.
different Super Mario.
Damn.
Actually, I compared it to Paper Mario. You compared it to Super Mario 64 with the castles.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well-
every video game is just.
You know, it kind of
remediated
reminds me
Mario.
of Super Mario World.
Well, it's just Super Mario Sunshine. You have the flood.
Yep.
You the actual thing that cleans. So it's it's not like a completely unapt comparison.
No.
Well,
yeah.
I think what's happening is there's comparisons being made on different, like on very different elements.
Mm-hmm.
Eric's making a thematic comparison to the fact that both games deal with like cleaning up and like pollution and trash as sort of an adversary. Kelly to the particular aesthetic of the way the game looks, having that kind of paper cutout thing. I was commenting specifically on the ludic structure of the overworld, and Ryan's, being a smartass, and making a compelling point about the fact that, like, if nothing else, it's a linear, side-scrolling platformer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, that definitely comes together like that. So
There's
Mario's
Mario
such
for everyone.
a long and varied franchise that, like, there's a lot of those kind of comparisons to be made.
To make another comparison, not to Mario though, but to a Mario-esque game, it's kind of a reverse Super Meat Boy, because in Meat Boy it's like a 2D platform like this, but you leave a trail of shit, for lack of a better term.
Well, meat. Right.
Meat, yeah, everywhere you go.
Just
Unless you're
meat
playing
grease.
Poop Boy. If you're playing
That doesn't exist.
Does it not exist in the game? I know that there's a lot of characters. I was just hoping that Poop Boy exists. He does in Binding of Isaac, which is by the same creator. But anyways.
Oh, maybe he does then.
But anyways, in Super Meat Boy, like, you leave the trail of meat, which is kind of interesting as a juxtaposition to this game. I wonder if there's any inspiration there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like maybe they just were playing Super Meat Boy and they're like,
I wish I
man,
could clean this
I wish
up.
I could clean this up. Yeah.
Maybe they're actually part of the same universe.
These are the people
Super
who
Meat Boy just has like, you're just following
Super-
behind Super Meat Boy the whole time. A Super Dust Boy.
Jerk. Oh, you.
Is there any genre like where is there any
Words.
genre so indebted to its predecessor, like future games are so indebted to the predecessors, as 2D side scrollers are to Mario?
RPGs?
Yeah, I think JRPGs in particular owe a lot to Final Fantasy and to, like, Dragon Quest. And I think that shooters... It's hard to argue with that, because the basic...
Shooters and Doom,
Right.
that's a big one too.
Because Doom is, like, so...
But I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but JRPGs have gone a long way from where they were in, like, 1988. And shooters have come a long way since where they were in Doom. But have platforming games like this really changed much at all from the Super Mario days?
Sometimes you could go left right away.
I'm not sure that those other games have changed a whole lot. I mean, surely in their graphic style and
But
visuals
also the
and
available guns.
scale. Well, I mean, that's still just sort of like...
Doom has 8 weapons.
I'm thinking of Doom is like Doom. You can't even look up, right?
Well, it's
So,
not.
like,
It's not a
is
real
there,
3D
is there
game.
anything in the platforming game that's as big as just looking up?
Well, Fez then, right? Because Fez adds the third element.
I wouldn't say Fez is a platformer. I'd say.
Oh, okay.
I'd call it a puzzle game.
Oh, okay.
Well, alright, so yes, I would say that Castlevania has had as much impact on modern platformers...
Like Metroidvanias.
Yeah, and the
okay.
genre of Metroidvanias as Super Mario has. Because all of Super Mario is just a platformer. Metroidvania is where you get the exploration, the objective, the combat aspects of those, where you're not just trying to explore a level in a linear direction
There you go.
bypassing obstacles, and are instead trying to do a specific thing. You have an objective.
I guess, yes, I agree with you, but as just a slight pushback for for the case of Mario in this, it feels to me like we're just so like if let's say Ryan was playing Metroidvania today, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily think to compare it to Castlevania, but anytime anyone plays a platformer, it's like it's so easy to compare it.
Ugh,
Oh,
this is nasty.
Ryan, that's nasty. Let's stop playing.
I mean,
Do you feel that isn't true for first-person shooters in Doom?
I feel like if you're
Yeah,
saying that Metroidvanias don't remind people of Castlevania, like, it's in the name.
No.
right? Like,
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying like you can play those games without. I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm just like thinking out loud. But for like Doom and shooters, like when I play Halo 2, I'm like not thinking of Doom at all. Like it's like, but when I watch this, I'm like thinking about Super Mario.
I think you're just obsessed with Mario.
Maybe I'm just obsessed with Mario. That could be it.
It's not a bad game to be obsessed with.
There could be worse.
Or series. Like,
I think
all fucking amazing.
Mario is basically my example in class whenever I talk to my students about research.
I think there's also a lot to be said for the subjective nature of the way that comes together.
So satisfying.
Yeah, that is incredibly satisfying.
It's just like when you clean something and it's really satisfying.
That's
Very
exactly.
Someone
like
finished
when I
this
clean
in
something.
17 seconds.
I want to see
watch
it.
Yeah, let's see that.
Just assume I want to see the speed run.
I do wonder if there's differences between the characters, just because the speedruns tend to like not
How does
all
he
be the
have
same
that?
character.
Yeah, that makes a good point.
But if nothing else, they're different heights.
Nice.
And I haven't seen any evidence that there's zones of attack as opposed to
Wow.
as opposed to actually requiring the art to touch each other. So just being the different heights and having different reaches on weapons could make a difference.
Could.
Because otherwise, why would every speedrun at the top of this one be the blue guy where everyone was the vacuum cleaner dude on the last level?
That's a good point.
So.
But we can't say for certain, especially because I think they're probably very small differences. They matter when 0.5 seconds matters a lot, but they probably don't matter when you're just running through the game.
I would agree with that.
All right. Abandoned car park. More garbage.
At least this garbage is more easy to look at.
See.
It's actually kind of hard to see, though.
A little bit. I missed that one just there.
I was actually just about to say, like, it was a lot of fun watching when you were just sweeping leaves. Now this is almost like disheartening. Like
Reminds
just
you
the
of the
trash.
filth we live in.
Yeah, effectively.
Jeez, Ryan.
I hate this city.
We live in filth.
Have you ever walked from across the North Street Bridge, going from Humboldt to Oakland?
Yeah.
There's just trash everywhere. I think it was recently cleaned up by somebody though.
I just got a ridiculous amount of trash in my backyard, and I don't throw trash around in my backyard. It just shows up. Oh, so it's vacuum.
You did really well for your first run there. You got in the top 10,000.
Boom.
Nice.
Go for the record.
I've really got to bind my key because I kind of want to start all over again. I done goofed.
Done goof, son.
What are you doing, camera?
Yeah, the cameras.
It's like, no, go that way. No, Ryan, go that way. I don't want you to go this way. I want you to go that way.
Nice.
You just cut 12 seconds off of your last time.
Not bad. Still need to cut like 20 off to be.
Yeah, but you went from top
Computer.
10,000 to top 4,000, so...
No big deal.
The same person has the record on most of these.
I know, and it goes between like that Z, whatever that Z one is, and fishy.
Yeah.
Play a new game, fishy. Leave something for us plebes.
Leaf something.
Oh, God. Kelly, get out. You know what?
I am sick of this nonsense.
This is why Ryan isn't on Doctors and Dungeon Masters anymore.
Yeah, that
your
one
puns.
effects pedal pun is where he decided he needed to go.
I miss.
I almost had Fenry come back, but then I...
Oh, I thought that was a platform.
I did
That
too. I
sucks.
was like, I saw you fall, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Alright. That's not the easiest thing to do.
Like, here I can tell just by watching that the controls are really slippery. Because, like watching you try to, like, do those, it doesn't seem like you're able to, like, exactly get on them. Like, sometimes you get close and it just won't matter.
Not being able to grip the edge and not having, like, pixel-perfect landing positions and knowing exactly where you're going to end up because of how being able sliding around on the ground a little bit, I think makes a big difference to that.
And it doesn't help that the way you clean the surfaces is by directly touching them. So there's times where Ryan, like, will, like, seem to, like, he'll jump next to, like, a wall with stuff on it, and it won't do what it's supposed to do.
I wonder how you do that, like, blast of cleaning that we've seen people in the speedruns do.
Damn.
I think that's just the strong attack.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
I think it's just, it seems to be difficult to aim, at least based on watching.
I'm just not very good.
I would imagine that people who hold the top records on these things know how to aim this pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
That would always be my assumption.
But I think I can play.
Look at that trash
I think I
monster.
play Super Mario well, and then I watch, those those people who have the world records on like the OG Super Mario Bros. And they like just do like crazy pixel perfect jumps like with routine consistency.
I'll take A's. I didn't think I did that well on that one, but
yeah.
I'll take it.
That one
But
started
you're in the
with you
top
like
50%.
falling that whole way down, right?
Oh yeah. That one must be
So getting an
graded
A-
quite easily. All right, let's see. Where is there to go?
Do we want to talk about video games having S as the highest number instead of A?
It's a Japanese thing.
It is in Japan. Is S a grade that you can get? Is that an actual thing, or is that just it's a Japanese thing like Sonic did it?
It's a Japanese thing in arcades, basically.
I know it from Resident Evil, I guess, would be the first one.
Japanese game.
Right.
So S was a way. You have to think the idea of lettered grades is already kind of a weird thing because they're using Romanized letters, not kanji,
I missed some.
when they represent those in video
frustrating.
games. If you play it in Japanese, you're not getting like the kanji symbol for a letter there. You're getting the Romanized S. And I think part of that is to do... I'd be interested to know if there's a more complex history there, but I think, S is just like super.
Mm-hmm.
It's just better than the top score, and then A, it goes back to the standard Western grading
this is
system,
gonna
which
be so
again...
satisfying. What's that apple?
I don't know.
Free the bird.
Oh, you
got
got the
it.
apple?
You cleaned the.
Did you win?
Okay.
Hey,
That would have been funny if it killed me, though.
got another double A, and a key.
What color key was that?
I think it was
A silver?
Gold.
I guess if I'll just stop moving.
Yeah, another silver.
Silvers.
You are just like racking them up.
So there's like a progression towards the keys.
Yes. Yeah. So those little bars when I fill them. I don't know like how I can
Watch out
sort
for
of
that
choose
red light.
which bar I want to fill up. Maybe they all sort of fill up just at different velocities.
Oh, well, there's been some chat stuff.
Oh, what's going on in chat?
Well, it's just been, we saw that first person who came in, and then Kelly responded to them, and then I typed a little in chat. We've been keeping an eye on it.
Oh, okay. I just look over and I just hadn't heard anything that had been read in a long time, and then I saw a bunch of text. So I'm not, reading the text. I'm
Called
just
the shit goop.
noting I have the metadata, so to speak.
Kelly and I are
Do you have
keeping
to
an eye
free
on
that little guy up on the top left? Is that an enemy?
Probably should have.
It's only an enemy if you make him an enemy.
Oh,
Here it seems like you're a janitor.
I was into that.
Oh, it looks like when you kill that guy.
Oh, they're little rats.
Well, you did a good job on speed.
Try that one again. I can do better than that. Oh god, let's start again. Watch out, rat.
The small attack, heavy attack system kind of seems a little, I call it like incongruous sometimes with the aesthetic of the game. Like here you're just fighting these like little green blobs that are floating. And to me it looks like a small attack should just be able to like deal with them, right? In like one hit.
It might. I'm just using the heavy
Oh
attack.
yeah. I'd be curious to know if it can, but like that...
Wrong button.
Just because it looks like that, but like that's just like an example of where like the aesthetics of the game might not match the. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't really match the gameplay.
I'm
Use
curious if
your
this...
special ability.
Oh shit! Yeah, I should have. So I need to go. All right, one more time.
With feeling.
You can do it.
Oh. Load times.
No. I love rats.
Damn.
I like that this is one of the few games where they don't make rats the enemy.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I owned rats as a kid, and I had them. I had two rats as a young man or a young adult, and I love rats. They have so much personality. They're so intelligent. The thing that I'm like that
They
they don't
just
live
die
that
too
long.
quick.
Yeah, you get so attached to them and they die really young or really early, and it's just like that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, what have I done?
I don't know. This is not going to be your best run, Ryan.
No, I think I've...
Ryan, I still believe that you can win the world record on this one. Just need to turn back time.
Jesus.
If the world record here is Usain Bolt, he has like lapped you.
Boy, we don't need to compare Ryan to Usain Bolt. Oh no, and you don't have the start button, man.
There we go.
It's like some sort of version of hell where you just
Stuck in a stupid corner. You know, I don't even care. Let's just end this.
Anyways, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which we referenced today, rats are not the enemy. They're your best friend.
Father figure even.
I just love that Deb's character named both of her animal familiars the names of my 2 rats.
Oh,
Aww.
not incidentally though, not on purpose.
I know.
You have 2 rats?
Yes.
Oh,
I have
I knew
I have
that.
2 different rats from the ones I'm referencing
nice.
because they unfortunately passed away.
Oh.
Because it's sad, but they live their lifespan, which is like 2 years. Like I've had like 4 at most out of them, but that was incredibly long.
Wait, are all your rats passed now?
No, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Because what happened was Fergus was very depressed after Wallace
Well,
passed
not gonna
away.
do that, but alright.
So I got 2 more rats to keep him company.
Oh, okay. But then Fergus passed away?
Yep. Yeah, I thought he was doing fine, but apparently he wasn't, and Raymond was house sitting for me and went, Kelly.
Your rat's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a shitty situation for everybody because you're not there and someone else who feels responsible is, and like
Yup.
that just. I'm sorry. That's really unfortunate.
It's all good. Luckily, he worked at a pet store, so he was used to handling dead rats.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
I've handled dead rats too.
Eric doesn't work at a pet store. He just does it for fun. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the 4th of July last year.
Uh-huh.
We were just hanging out in my friend's backyard, cooking and
Rats?
enjoying the holiday. Not cooking rats. And then the dogs started just suddenly went, and they were like chasing something. And then I caught one of the dogs with a rat in its mouth, and so I made it spit him out. And then I went and got a bag, and my friends thought it was so funny because I did this all with a hot dog in the other hand.
You never put the hot dog down?
No, I
Just don't confuse it, which one you throw out and which one you eat.
So then I got a plastic bag, and I did the dog poop thing where you
Yeah.
don't never touch the thing that you're picking up.
That's how you do dog poop?
I just barehand it. No.
Yeah. I get in there and really want to get it under my fingernails, you know?
I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything else in life
God
that
damn
you
it.
do that way.
Dead rats. Because
Yeah.
that's what I did.
That's what I literally just was talking about.
I know.
Ooh, you got a really good speed boost there.
Yeah, if you hold down on those slants, you'll go pretty quick. I don't know how to get that guy though, although that's probably not a wall there.
Pew. Oh, look at them.
Alright, let's check out what this lady does.
Fishy.
See, they're
Oh,
all
Fresh
using,
Maniac.
They're all using red. I don't
Oh, yeah,
I don't
you're
get
right.
it.
It's gotta be for a reason.
Yeah, there's got to be some mild differences between the characters that
There's-
optimizing even by a few pixels.
Good
is
God.
different.
It's honestly, I think this is about all speedruns, but it's just so beautiful to watch people perform.
Totally. Didn't even use the
Oh.
special.
Special is an animation that takes time.
No, it's true. Yeah, it does.
That's cool though. I'm curious. I'm
I'm
gonna try to
loving
look it up.
the name Moist Goulash.
Dustforce character differences. Someone else has googled this before.
All right.
The purple girl has a triple jump.
What?
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, shows what I know.
And you were right about the attacks. So the attacks have different lengths.
All right.
Red's dash is shorter.
What does she get? Just longer reach?
She has longer reach on her, equal length but wider attacks for heavy. Red has, but their light attack is not as wide. It appears to be closer to the ground.
Oh shit! I've been up here already.
Purple has higher attack speed, jumping. Red and blue are very similar. That's basically what I'm getting here. And green and purple are the ones that are a lot different. So I assume with the ones where red is like the main character, it's because she has a slightly shorter dash, and maybe like that actually helps you to some degree. Like you don't over dash something on that level.
Or one of the wider attacks makes a difference, or
yeah, purple has a triple jump, but they're shorter jumps.
So if you need to make multiple course corrections in midair, she's a better choice.
Yep.
And green is like Luigi. It has his jump is higher.
Got about 5 minutes.
He kicks his legs.
A double jump puts him one sprite higher than blue's max height. So they're not obviously super profound differences like we might expect from,
Mario Kart.
That's not what I was going to say. That's not a game.
There's differences in Mario Kart. You could
You had 3 jumps, Ryan.
I didn't know there was going to be a pit there. I missed him completely.
Oh.
Damn. Oh shit. I didn't think it would start me there.
Nice save.
I really like the aesthetic shift to the green slime on the tile before, because tile's one of those things that gets mildewy or gets algae and kind of green on it, that evokes a particular satisfaction in the aesthetic of clean.
You have another jump? Yeah.
No!
You were so close. Oh, I get so invested.
Alright.
You're gonna go for it?
Nice.
Right, easy. Good job. I meant easy in I
made it look.
You made it look good. Not easy in that was easy. Because it wasn't. See, one thing that's interesting just to note, and I think this is actually this is very true when I play video games too. You're not using the triple jump very much right now.
Yeah, I'm not used to it,
Yeah, so you just yeah, exactly. And that happens a lot of times when I play games too. If they introduce a new system, I'm very apt to just, unless it really revolutionizes the way I play, I'm very apt to just go back to the way I was playing before I got the new system.
Nope.
You have another jump. So in theory, that should be easy with this character.
It doesn't always work that way. If I'm jumping up a wall, I have 3 jumps.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I said in theory it should be easier. I wasn't saying it is easier.
I just
goofed
around and used them a little bit. 2 minutes.
Whoa, this one is a 44 seconds. That's way longer than the other ones.
Let's
only 2 minutes till the end of the show, really?
I think so.
Yep.
Wow, we've been killing time.
Yeah, it's been a great show.
Killing time and cleaning the world.
Yeah.
Scaffolding. That just sounds like it's gonna be a really evocative and fun level.
Alright, come on now.
Nice moves.
It's taken me about an hour.
Nice moves.
Show me your moves.
No.
Never mind.
You just had to quote Captain Falcon.
Have you met me? That's the thing I do.
Alright.
Everything David, sorry, I don't know what I said that. Everything Dave says is a Captain Falcon quote.
It's true.
Can you jump over the thingy?
Damn.
No, I don't.
Maybe I can. But I don't wanna.
Nice. Oh.
Damn it. I think Triple Jump Girl is the hero here. Damn.
Abort!
Alright.
It seems like this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just the way I'm perceiving it as a spectator.
No.
Oh, that would have been
I'll wait
cruel.
for this thought until you're done. Oh my gosh!
All
I
right.
put you back at the beginning. Okay.
What's your question? And then I think that's.
It seems like this game tries to kind of have it both ways of like pleasing the people who really like technical platforming, and then pleasing like the casual player, and maybe sometimes because it's trying to have it both ways, like this level just doesn't seem to work.
This game, this level is
Like this is like
not
a purely
easy.
technical level.
Fuck that jump.
I'd be interested to see what the kind of higher end play looks like. But it's been a good show.
Is it time?
I believe it is time.
All right. My last fault of my death. Thanks for watching Coffee Break. We'll see you tomorrow on Couch Surfing.